Okay, Thursday the 4th, we have full body and we do have two parts. So we have 5, 6, or 7 rounds. That is your choice. And we are all doing 12 hammer curls to press out, 12 weighted curtsy lunges per leg, 12 box squats, and 12 single arm row to fly per arm. And then part 2, we have reverse crunches, 4 reps. Hammer curl to press out. Weighted curtsy lunge. So you're gonna do all 12 on one side, and then you're gonna switch and then finish 12 on the other leg. Box squats. That's squatting to a surface, so like your chair. And I recommend if you are a stronger girl or you've been in my program for a while, this is where you can use heavy weight because you don't have to, you have assistance with that chair, the box squat. So get a weight if you want, squat to that chair, stand up. Squat to the chair, stand up, okay? And then last, we have our single arm row to fly per arm. So row, fly, 1, row, fly, 2, and then switch arms. And then our part 2 is reverse crunches, which is where your butt comes off the ground. Lift your butt, down. Lift your butt, down, up, down. Okay, so for our rounds part, hammer curl to press out. So hammer curl is a bicep curl where you hold the weight the long way. So typically when you bicep curl, you're gonna be something like this. With our hammer, it's like this. So we're going to hammer curl, bring the weight up into your hammer curl, and instead of going back down, we're gonna punch the weight out in front of us. So you're gonna curl it, punch, return, down. 1, curl, punch, return, down. 2, curl, punch, return, down. 3. Those are harder. That punch part is very hard to control. So you might find that you need to use a lighter weight than you normally do for bicep curls because of that part. Because the curling part can be easy for you, but when you go from here out in front of you to back in and down and try to have it controlled and with good form, that part is difficult because a lot of times you do something in front of your body, you're letting it drop down, which gravity is your friend there. When you're going out and then back in, that's the hard part. So you might need to lower your weight on that one. Weighted curtsy, so of course you can do no weight or you can do it weighted. If you do weighted, I usually do 1 in each hand. Some people do 1, hold it the long way, like this. I usually will just do a dumbbell in each hand. So your curtsy lunge is similar to your other lunge, but your foot placement is different. So our forward or reverse, you step either forward or you step back. With your curtsy, you step diagonal back. So I'm gonna keep my right foot planted and my left foot is gonna move. It's gonna move diagonal back. So regular reverse lunge would be here, curtsy, diagonal back. I'm still up on my toe, this foot is still forward, and then I'm gonna sink down 90 degree, 90 degree, return. Diagonal back, sink down, return. So when you do your curtsy lunge, you should feel it pulling from here up into your butt cheek, okay, on the leg that's not moving. So anytime you do something and there's parts that are moving, the weight and what you're working is always on that stationary leg or stationary arm, or whatever. That's what is doing the work, not the thing that's moving. So this is gonna move diagonal back, sink down, you're gonna feel it pull up to your butt, stand up. So if you don't feel that pull, it could be that you're stepping too shallow or you're not far enough back or you're too forward. Whatever it is, you'll be able to tell if you feel that pull or not. Box squat. So box squat is usually done like in a gym with like a barbell across your back and you squat down to an actual, it's usually like a wooden box or something, and then you stand up. So the point of the box squats is that instead of squatting down and then coming back up, obviously, and you're just suspended in the air, you're more so practicing standing up with a load when you do a box squat, okay? So that's why I'm saying it's really good to do heavy weight if you can with this one, because you don't have to worry that you're gonna fall down or you're gonna whatever, because you know the chair is there, okay? So you're going to basically squat down into the chair, and then you're going to stand up. So the real part of the exercise in a box squat is the standing up, bearing a load, okay? That's what the point of it is. So when you go down, you wanna be nice and controlled, and you wanna act as you are doing a squat with no chair there. That's how you wanna act. You wanna act like you're going down to do a regular squat. So when you're here, you shouldn't be sitting in the chair, or you shouldn't change your form, okay? It should stay exactly how it would be if you were really squatting. And then you're gonna stand up, okay? Go down, stand up. Down, stand up, okay? So with doing that, I'm gonna mention now, anytime we do a squat, you can always use your chair. So if you have bad knees or something's going on with your legs, you can always squat to your chair. You can either squat fully like we're doing with our box squat, that's what your squats would look like, or you can tap and go. So the tap and go method, which just means once your butt hits the chair, you stand up, that is for somebody who's new at squatting and does not know where they are in space. So what I mean by that is, if you're new to squatting and I say to you, okay, do a squat, you might just go like this. That's not low enough, but you don't know that because you're new. Or you might go like this, and you're trying to figure out, where do I stop? If that is you, then you might benefit from tap and go. Tap and go means that the chair is your guide. So once you hit it, you stand. Hit it, stand, hit it, stand. That is going to condition you to hit the same depth every single time you squat. So once you start squatting without it, your muscle memory is gonna bring you to that spot. So then you'll know where you are. That is the point of the tap and go, okay? So any time with any of these lower body workouts, if it makes sense and fits, you can use your chair, okay? If you are totally like, can't bend, can't do this and that, I have a video in my resources videos for bad knees, issues bending your knees, and it's just a bunch of exercises I have compiled where it's either no bending at all or very little bending, that you can watch that and then replace as you need to the exercises that I have in these workouts, okay? All right, and then lastly, we have single arm row to fly. So we did the row before, we didn't do the fly. So this one you're gonna do all one side and then switch. So you're gonna get in that bent over position like we talked about. We actually did the bent over alternating rows. So this is your row, but now we're gonna add our fly. So your reverse fly, it's a reverse fly, but I don't wanna type all that out, it's already too long. Your fly looks like this, okay? So your arm is slightly bent, and you're just raising it out to the side, making sure that you're not flying way up. Make sure that you're engaging. You're kind of thinking about your neck and back here. So like your traps, you want to think about squeezing that down, squeeze down. And you also shouldn't be shrugging, okay? So you're gonna row, fly, one, row, fly, two, okay? Pretty simple, switch sides. And then once you're done with your rounds, you're gonna go to part two, which is reverse crunches, 4 reps. So again, you're gonna pick the number of reps you wanna do. And anytime we do 4 reps, if you can do even more, then do even more. This is, everything in these workouts is a guide based off of what I think the majority of people can do. So that's why there's all of these ranges. But if you've been working out a long time or whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm always doing 100, but I can actually do like 150, then you can go ahead and do that. If the lowest number is too high for you, then go lower. It's just a guide. Okay, it's not like you don't have to like live and die by it. It's just a recommendation. Okay, so for your reverse crunches, you're gonna be on your back. Your legs are gonna be up kind of in a tabletop. So they should be around 90 degrees, and you're going to squeeze your lower abs and lift your butt off the ground. So lift, return, lift, return, lift, return. So when you do these, I always try to make sure that I am returning
to my 90 degree or close to. I don't want to be way down here, because then what happens is you're using your motion of your legs to help get your butt off the ground instead of isolating your lower abs to get your butt off the ground. So you're using your swing if you come from way down here versus your abs. So it should look like that. Stop, crunch, stop, crunch, stop.
And make sure you're breathing when you do that one. And that is your, what's the date? Thursday the 4th.